so fortunate to be the host of Arkansas Style because I get to invite guests in that have impacted my life in a very significant way and have really valuable information to share with you. So today we are interviewing Marie P. Anderson, and Marie and I go way back from modeling days. Marie was my agent at Elite Model Management in Chicago, and now today Marie is a model advocate. She's an author. She's a second-degree black belt, and she's also the founder and owner of Boss Babes Model, which is a career management and consulting business. So Marie, thank you for being here today, and I tell you, you are just an angel in my life. Thank you for everything you've done. You have no idea how you've impacted me.
Well, it's my pleasure. Anything for you, Nicole.
So let's start with the basics, okay, from back when you and I met. You know, when somebody comes to you and says, I want to be a model, or my daughter or son want to be a model, what do you say to them?
So what I would ask parents, they would need to ask their offspring two questions. Why should agencies represent you? And why should clients book you? Because now it's about entertainment. It's not just about like the old days where you would stand on some white sweep with your beautiful outfit on and the stylist would fit your clothes perfectly to your body. Now that kind of still happens, but at the end of the day, now the clients want to see movement. They want to see dance, parkour, martial arts, gymnastics. Like they want to see shapes and forms and energy.
So it goes back to the individual, you know, who wants to start modeling. Let's talk about some of the pitfalls because we want to be sure that people don't get taken advantage of. What are some cautionary tales we should share?
A good way to get some insight about the potential pitfalls in the business is to read a book. It's from London. It's a paperback book you can get on Amazon for under $20. And it gives a great deal of insight about some of the shadier parts of the business. That's one thing they can do to research for themselves. Another thing is to go to my Boss Babe Models YouTube channel. Any one of the TV shows that I've done globally, domestically, I address all these kind of things because there is a lot of shady people out there in the world. And as long as you know that, you can be prepared accordingly.
Marie, here's the takeaway is professionalism never goes out of style, never goes out of fashion, never grows old, right? All right, so I think a fun story would be to share, and if you just indulge me a little bit. So you are an author, but let's go back to the very first book, I believe it's your first book, Model. And who's on the cover of that? And tell the audience that fun story.
I'll explain.
Yes, yes.
My first book was called Model, The Complete Guide to Becoming a Professional Model. And the cover girl is Cindy Crawford. And I had discovered Cindy Crawford inside the portfolio of a makeup artist by the name of George Statner. He had done a test with the photographer Scott Weimer. And I was interviewing George because he wanted to be represented as a makeup artist at Stewart Talent. We hadn't even become Elite Chicago yet.
Okay.
So he wanted to become a makeup artist with the agency, and I was so mesmerized by the photo in his book, I completely got distracted, and I was so focused on Cindy, I said, oh my gosh, who is this girl? He goes, oh, forget it, she won't model, she's been rejected by all the agencies in Chicago. I'm like, what are you talking about? This girl's exquisite. He said, well, it's because of her beauty mark and the dark circles underneath her eyes. And I was like, I think that's what makes her interesting. Please help me find her.
And yet another example of a person whose life has been forever changed by the touch of your hand. So it's a beautiful story, Marie. I love it. Well, and I'm one of many who has been a recipient of, you know, your treasures. So I'm happy that you are continuing your journey with Boss Babe Models. Of course, your double black belt and all the other dealios you're up to. I'm going to be sure to put your social handles up on our screen so people can follow you and connect with you. Marie P. Anderson, it's been a real pleasure to have you on today.
Thanks, Nicole. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Marie. I hope you enjoyed meeting Marie as much as I did. She has changed my life in the most positive and significant ways. And if you have interest in modeling or career advice, please reach out to Marie. She really is a kind, generous woman with lots of experience, way beyond her looks, because she looks much younger than how long she's been doing this business. So, you know, I hope that we can share our treasures with you at home, too.